Hey there, I'm Mastin Kipp, founder of thedailylove.com and author of the book, Daily Love, Growing into Grace, and welcome to Daily Love TV. This week, I want to talk to you about how to get life to support you. Now, chances are, if you're on the spiritual path or coming to a video like this, there are times in your life, maybe even right now, where you do not feel supported by life. Maybe you feel like life is against you, or that nothing really ever goes your way. Or maybe you get to a place where you take 2 steps forward and you take 2 steps back and you're frustrated. Or maybe you're just looking to deepen your spiritual practice and really figure out, gosh, how do I get life to support me? So it's not about changing life at all. In fact, the only thing we have to change is a belief. Very simply put, the way to get life to support you is to change a belief, specifically to change a question, which is, instead of, why is this happening to me? Ask, what if this is happening for me? And if that were the case, how would you see the events of your life? Is this a breakdown? Is this a breakthrough? Is it really the end? Or is it the end of something that you knew needed to die so that something larger, something greater, something better could come into your life? And ultimately, if life isn't supporting you, because life is a direct reflection, a direct mirror of our own thoughts and beliefs, the deeper question is, where are you not supporting yourself? Now, that might sound a little strange at first, but think about this for a second. If life isn't supporting you, how are you not supporting yourself? If there are relationships in your life that are no longer supporting you, if there are, systems set up in your life that no longer support you, if there are behaviors that no longer support you or that are not supporting you, maybe it's an addictive behavior, maybe it's a codependent behavior, maybe it's a behavior where you're giving all your power away, but you really know that you're worth more. Ultimately, you are the decider of your life. Ultimately, you get to choose whether you want to go get help and go to that 12-step meeting, or maybe you want to go to the therapist's office, or maybe you really just want to tell the truth here, or maybe, you know what, I'm going to get help around this food and this sugar, or not. Ultimately, you get to decide. Now, we are in many ways powerless when we're in that rock bottom place, but still, when you're in rock bottom, if you even look at the first step of the 12-step process, it's where you, yes, you get to admit that you are powerless. You always have that primary choice, whether you want this to be a breakdown or a breakthrough. So if you want life to support you, ultimately, if you can change the question and really ask and be sincere in your ask, not have it be some hokey, this is happening for me, well, none of that. If you could really specifically and honestly from your heart ask, if this was happening for me rather than to me, what would the lesson be? And honestly, how could I show up in greater ways to myself? How could I seek out help for the addiction? How could I really set the boundary in the relationship? How could I really clear time? And ultimately, the deeper message here is take care of myself, right? There's a huge difference between being selfish and self-care. You deserve and are worthy of self-care. What does that look like? It looks like taking time for you, calming down the mind through prayer, meditation, yoga, having space in your day for you to actually get still and to listen and to no longer apologize for setting boundaries with people. Self-care looks like really, no matter what your income range is, finding the best food to put into your body and surrounding yourself with people who believe in you and want to uplift you rather than people who drag you down. And ultimately, self-care is about receiving and opening up and getting support from life, because you don't have to just give. You don't have to give until you're empty. You don't have to give until you're resentful. You don't have to give until you're so tired and so depleted that there's nothing left. Perhaps life is not supporting you because up until now, if you're really honest, just you and I talking, you haven't been fully supporting yourself. And so now in this moment, right here, right now, we get to make a different and brand new decision. So if that were the case, if you knew that you were worthy of self-care, if self-care wasn't selfish but necessary for you to really show up in this life, if it was okay for you to set boundaries, if it was okay for you to surround yourself with people who uplift you and inspire you, if it was okay to ask for help and that to realize that you can't do it on your own, how would your behavior change? What would you do differently? How would you open up and let life and those around you support you? And even if you've been let down in the past, could you renew your mind so that you see things new and you're open to a new experience here and now, because yesterday is gone. This is a new day. This is a new moment. And if you can be open to the miracles of right now and what's available to you and the support right now, you will see life and experience life in a different way. So you might be watching this video over on Facebook or over on YouTube. I invite you to come back over to thedailylove.com and below this video, leave a comment and let me know, what self-care practice are you going to take up? Maybe it's yoga, meditation, maybe it's eating better, maybe it's surrounding yourself with a better support system. Whatever it might be, what is that self-care practice? How are you going to show up for yourself moving forward? Declare it today below this video on the blog. And on top of that, if you have really taken care of yourself and created a self-care routine and it's worked, share that success story as well, because below, your success could be what someone needs to hear to really do the same for themselves. Because I really do believe that together we can grow into who we're meant to be. My deepest wish for you here at Daily Love TV, as always, is to get out there, take action, and make it real. We'll see you next week.